check.
Well, good evening. You're very welcome to the Masters Championship round number 5 of Division 3 here at Abu Dhabi for the Yas Marina Bay Circuit. My name is Graham, and joining me tonight is Joe, the Lady Killer Coreboy. Hello, Joe.
Oh, Graham. Yeah, thanks for the nickname. Yeah, well, yeah, I am a Lady Killer. We all know that, and yeah, can't wait for the carnage tonight.
Well, speaking of, there are 19 cars here, a couple of changes here and there. We can get to those in a little bit. But Joe, why, as you know, as we are going through qualifying here, the early stages, why don't you give us a rundown of how the drivers and constructor standings are looking like at the end of 4 rounds?
I will, Graham. Focky is first with 96 points, followed by CVG with 88, Synchronizer in third with 67, Jetty in fourth with 66, and Caesar in fifth with 61. Constructors are Haas with 163, Renault with 128, Ferrari with 100, Red Bull with 87, and Toro Rosso with 66 points.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, Graham, I'm just going to check if your voice is allowed to be shared. Just give me 2 seconds.
Oh, you're very kind. You're very kind indeed. Hopefully it is. That would be pretty disastrous if it wasn't.
Yeah, it's Gucci.
Okay, thank you for that. I actually thought I may have turned it off myself, so I do appreciate you checking.
Yeah.
A couple of bits of housekeeping to address. TTG Mays, you can see him down here, and he's in the pits at the moment in the McLaren. He is replacing Big Shota on a full-time basis in that McLaren. A couple of reserves tonight, including Captain Chubbs, and I was going to attempt to try and say the name, but I'm honestly afraid to.
Eastin.
Eastin?
Yeah.
Alright.
Well, it's an I. It's not an L. It's supposed an I. I call him Lestian, but
I know. Yeah, I was really hoping
it's obviously wrong. Like.
Yeah, I can see the lowercase I here. I was hoping it was an L myself, but alas, it is not. Jesse there goes quickest, 34.6 for him. That is not all, I believe, because Ali is also back today in the racing point there. So good to see Ali back on the grid. Oh, there's an awesome dude in the wall. Just in our reserve, I believe tonight is Ali, but it's good to see him back regardless. Although I do think the green, excuse me, is an interesting choice to go along with that pink and blue. But we'll see what happens. And I don't think there's anything else really. The 2 Williams as Chubbs is out there as a reserve. 2 Williams guys, DJ Williamson and Albin, are obviously now full-time drivers in Division 3, so you know, they've been obviously here for a few weeks in reserve capacities, when now they're both officially in full-time. So Joe, I think that basically covers it. Thanks very much for... No, I'm joking. So Jesse is currently quickest, 34.6, just 2 tenths ahead of CBG there. And then Albin then on a 35 flat. A couple of guys, well, only 2 guys in the 34s, Joe. Do you expect... How far, you know, into the 34s do you think we can get?
I think maybe the mid-low 34s. Since it's the mid-36s at this stage, like. Surely you'd get maybe a high 33, maybe. But I don't know.
Well, we saw CBG absolutely blow the field away in Suzuka with qualifying. Like, he's like half a second quicker. I wonder if there's anyone around that has kind of got that in their pocket. So far it doesn't look like it, but there's a fair amount of time left yet, Joe.
Well, I don't know, Graham, because I wasn't there, so I just seen it on stream there. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
that's right.
Good win by CVG. Good win for CVG.
Joe, there's literally nothing going on right now.
Yeah, I know there's nothing going on, Graham. That's why I hate this track.
Like, everyone's in the pits. Bar Silas is on lap here, and there's a Ferrari making his way around, and there's a Renault coming out as well. So literally very, very quiet. Most of the people on softs, Joe. Looks like that's going to continue. Would you like to talk about the strategy?
Well, the strategy
yourself recently.
Yeah, it wasn't very great now, Graham. You know yourself, like. But anyways, well, the strategy could be a 2-stop or could be a 1-stop. Start mediums, go to hards. That's the 1-stop. Or you could do soft mediums, but your tires be dead. And then there's the two stops, soft, medium, medium, or you can go medium, medium, soft, or you could go medium, soft, medium. Yeah, there's a lot of medium, soft, medium, soft, medium going on there.
The point is that you could go in a few different directions with it, which is one of the things I kind of like about this track, is that it's one of those that's been consistent like this across a few of the games as well. You could go either way, you know. There you could go to 2, you could go to 1. I enjoyed taking the Hypersofts for a run last year from 2018 for a second stint on the 2-stop. Gives you good overtaking opportunities, but you do obviously have to, you know, get through. You can overtake at this track. That's the other thing. Like, you can do it. Plenty of opportunities to do so.
Yeah, there is, but
contrary to real life,
Sector 3 is the worst. Them curbs are deadly.
Yeah, the curves are pretty tough. And if you catch someone and you get to that point in the track behind someone, you can lose so much time, because it's very, very twisty, a lot of 90-degree kind of turns. It's just, yeah, it's just the worst place. And obviously, this could be a factor if you know, guys have come out, you know, to 2-stop and have to work their way through some of the 1-stoppers. You know, time is everything on those tires, and you have to make every bit count. And if you're caught up there in Sector 3, you could easily lose a second half at least if things don't go your way, because you basically need to be alongside someone to send it, and it's just a tough complex to follow through. Now, there are opportunities that can open up if the tyre differential is that much higher, because you literally will just out-traction someone. You will just, you know, there are opportunities of there's enough acceleration zone you can kind of pull alongside someone, and so you can use that better traction to pull alongside, and then you can send it whatever way you want to. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that works out. Joe, I'm watching the only person out here that's not on a set of softs, which is Caesar, who's on a set of hards. So it seems like, regardless, unless he comes back in, obviously, for a set of softs near the end, he's thinking likely right now, Joe, is that he's going to lean towards the starting on. Ooh, he locks up big time there and misses the apex there completely. Looks like he's thinking of starting on a different tyre to everyone else.
Well, it's always good for someone that's not starting soft, like soft stay off 5 laps, like. But yeah, I don't know.
The problem here is, Joe, is because everyone is using, look at that, like, because everyone is using softs, he's going to have to be content with his position outside the top 10, and then start whatever tyre he wants, and which everyone outside the top 10 gets that benefit, or he has to sacrifice and, you know, go on softs, and, you know, that, oh dear, and he's gone across the the chicane there, and that, you know, that I'm trying to, the thought is lost. My train of thought has been interrupted by myself. He has to abandon the alternate strategy and go on a set of softs, which it looks like he's trying to avoid by going on a set of hards at the moment.
Yes, that's why. Yes, I know what you're trying to say.
That was what I was trying to say.
Yeah, it's alright, Graham. Just spit it out next time, you know. Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
So I wonder what he'll end up doing, because at the moment he's going to start. Excuse me, as Jetty then getting closer into that close to that 33 range, 34.3 for Jetty puts him on provisional pole. So I wonder what he'll do, if he'll just try and aim for close as 11th as possible and just commit to try and go on mediums, or if he'll have to, bite the bullet and go on softs. But 6 minutes to find out. Here comes unsafe release, and he goes just behind his teammate there into P6, 35.3, and then Focky then goes second, just behind him on track, 34.7. But still, Joe, 4/10 off of what Jetty's done so far. So it looks like Jetty is the one setting the pace early on here.
Yeah, it looks like it, but qualifying doesn't win you the race, though, but it gives you a good opportunity, you know.
Especially
now in the race, lap 1.
You cannot, unless you overtake a Monaco. In which case, you can. It's a good bet.
Yeah, we won't talk about that, Graham. That was just it just happens, like, you know. But I'll be starting at the back now next week. Canada, hate that track as well. Why is that even on the calendar? Why is this track on the calendar as well?
I love how you're asking why Canada's on the calendar, and yet this track.
Yeah,
Canada's much better than
Dan Morris. So yes, I love Canada. Let's put it on the calendar. Or the calendar, yeah.
You were mixing up calendar and Canada, weren't you?
Yeah.
I believe actually it was all random, so.
I say it was already. I say slide in that cheeky 20-hour note there.
To himself?
Yeah.
Wow, really solid.
I hope he's praised.
I hope he comments and
Hope he does.
gives you grief.
I want to hear it.
May as well, because I mean, there's nothing going on at the moment. Everyone's in the
Yeah, I
pits,
know,
basically.
Graham. There's nothing going on. That's why I have to say this stuff.
This track goes from 0 to 100 really quickly, doesn't it? Like, a couple of people, like, okay, there's a few people out there, here and there, but the majority of fields, Joe, they're into the, they're in the pits.
The pits and doing out laps. That's all they're doing, really.
In or out laps, because Heated here has just got up to 5th place. He's on an in lap. There's a racing point of the miles out there. He's got a flying lap, to be fair. May as well stick
Yeah,
with
I'm
this.
on board with him
Psychish
at the moment.
just started his. Let's go aboard, see if he gets through this chicane. This chicane's really nice on a new set of tyres, but so missed the apex there to go in. Difficult to go side by side through here. You really need the other car to cooperate because just the nature of the corner, how it closes, usually you're going to end up making some contact. Maybe you could damage a wing in the process. It's one of those where you need to have the tyres, or you need to be sure of who you're racing to kind of negotiate that side by side. But it can be done, but it's just can be a little bit difficult.
Yeah, it depends on who you're with, like, you know.
Always. I think the mile's going to peel in. Oh, can he make it? Oh, he almost understeered into that wall there. Would have been disastrous. We'll go back with Sygate. He's maybe a little bit out of position. He has qualified pretty well this year, so far.
He's only on an outlap though, Graham.
He's got his ERS. He's using his ERS. I saw him do his outlap, so I'm pretty sure this is it's just Codemasters being, the usual. But here he comes out of the last turn. What can he do? This is going to be a 34.9. So more and more people creeping into those 34s, but he's still behind his teammate, and he's still out of the top 10. I think Maze is just starting the last. Let's go on board Maze. May as well. Maze as well.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Has to lift off a little bit there through the very long turn 3. It's quite short sector 1, like it's only 17 seconds, but you're, it's that turn 1, which I actually quite enjoy the turn 1 of this track here. I'm not sure, like it's not an overtaking opportunity unless you're really close, but I just kind of enjoy, getting a good run off of that, and then obviously turn 2 depends on your tyres, and then into turn 3 then as well. But let's see what Maze is doing then as he hits into one of the more complicated braking zones on the track. Down to first, you get that much rotation in the car. You can actually take a good bit of that curb, to be fair. I remember that was one of my favourite things to do last season. Was realising how exploitable that curb was. I believe the drivers can't do that this time though. But because like most curbs here, and this one as well, you need to take a good bit of it. Like most curbs, Joe, it's fairly unforgiving.
Yeah, it's that curb there you just passed there. Disgusting.
You might say. These are worse though. This is a difficult turn. I believe it's turn 17. That right-hander, especially if you're using no ABS, probably one of the tougher corners. Along with that, I think it's turn 8. I think turn 10 in Bahrain.
Oh yeah.
I think it's turn 10.
12.
No, the left-hander.
Oh yeah.
But then Mason gets himself into the top 10, but just about though. But he's a good bit off of unsafe release. I think it's going to be it for Mays. He's going to start no higher than 10th. He's not got enough time to do another ERS charge at lap, so that's going to be it for him.
Jetty has serious traffic.
There is a bunch of traffic down there. Yeah,
oh,
right.
and he gets blocked. The miles.
On a flying lap, yeah. Now he's got provisional pole position by a good bit for now, but he's got enough time, to be fair, to save a bit of ERS.
He has a wing damage, Graham.
Has he got wing damage? Oh, right hand side, you're right, good spot. So he won't get another lap, but that's unfortunate for him. He still look if he still ends up on pole position, I'm sure I'll be forgiven. But yeah, at the moment he's got to deal with that. I'll just start their laps here. Joe Albin, De Miles. There is a Where is it? He's just starting his lap. So is Ali. I try to find someone who's actually finishing lap. Both Ferraris are starting their laps. Invictus is about to start his lap.
And DJ Williamson trying to put it into the wall and failing miserably.
Focky just starting his lap. We'll find someone who's actually on a flying lap. I'm not sure when, but maybe.
And the Miles retiring on track very dangerously.
Easton is going to be doing a lap here, and he just backs off at the end there, 35.9. Maybe he didn't want. He actually, I think he would have improved and all. He's only, excuse me, he's only a tenth or so down. So I think he wanted to start outside the top 10, Joe. So that might work out well. But we'll find out. Mays is coming into the pits. So this is going to be a big flourish then at the very end.
Yeah, I'm trying to see who's the furthest.
Well,
up the
I
road
think it's Awesome Dude is the furthest one here.
He's
Check
invalid.
flag is out. Is he? 35.1. Yeah, he was. You're right. 34.4 invalid. So we'll take it. We don't know what corner he may have cut potentially, but
Ali is
Ali
next.
it is. So Ali, then there's a Williams that's just gone slowly. I'm not sure who that is. Must be DJ Williamson because Albon's already out. So he's aborted his lap. 2 Ferraris making their way through. No, Joe. Like once again, I'm not sure what it is with these anticlimactic qualifying sessions in Division 3 because there's not a lot of cars out on the track at the moment.
No, I know, Graham.
Here comes Ali. Then can he take provisional pole position? No. 34.7, but Caesar does go provisional pole. 34.2. He did put on the soft compound tires, and he has gone into pole position for the time being. Whereas Focky, there he is. Can Focky take it away from him? No. 34.6. He starts on the second row. So I think, as Callum Payne peels in, I think, Joe, that's going to do it. So then that ended up potentially did cost Jetty there. I'm not sure how much of an improvement he was on, if he was on an improvement, but it was definitely blocked, and he is starting on the front row of the grid, but behind Caesar. What do you make of that?
I don't know, sorry, I wasn't paying attention there, sorry. I wasn't even looking at the screen.
Will you stop looking at your phone and look at...
I was looking at the chat there. Focky and...
Oh, is there afters going on in the chat?
Well, Jetty's not in the chat, so, you know. Focky's just talking.
Surprised he isn't on the front row, to be fair, but...
Sure, things happen, you know, Graham. They're going down through the grid there.
Caesar is on pole position there, 600 ahead of Jetty in second. Focky then a few tenths back of that in third. Ali just behind him on fourth, so good return for him so far. CVG fifth, Heated sixth, Psyche seventh, Alvin eighth, Austin Dude ninth. An unsafe release rounds out the top 10 there. So, and then Mays, I think, did end up improving, going to 11th, and Easton. Because he was in 11th, wasn't he? Or he's just behind that. So
yeah,
he wanted to start outside the top 10. He's going to do that. So, well, I think the tyre choice is fairly straightforward outside the top 10. But we'll see who goes.
I heard it's a wet race.
I would just stop. Yeah, good one.
Sorry. You can't be saying stuff like that on stream, Graham.
I'll get out of here.
That's just disgraceful, like. You won't hear Dan Morris say that, like.
Would you? I'm pretty sure I've heard worse.
I have never swore on stream.
No, never. Clearly not.
I'm not a bad person.
You say.
You just don't.
I'm not a bad person.
St. Joseph, yeah.
What's wrong with you?
So Graham, who do you think's going to win?
I was just going to ask you that. Funny enough, and my money is on Jetty. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt that perhaps he had a bit more time in his pocket, and so I'm going to go with Jetty.
Yeah, I'm going with Caesar.
Sure, why not? Let's get this up. No surprises, Joe, that no one has taken to the softs. A little surprising that everyone, bar Callum Payne, has selected the medium compound. Only one on the hards. That's a little surprising.
I wouldn't go on hard, so hard to beat poo. Personally.
To the one stop, medium to hard to mediums.
No, I think you'd lose so much time, Graham. I think the two stops better. Because them born tyres on the mediums and the hards would be absolutely poo poo.
To be fair, I think if you were going to do the one stop, this is probably the best way to do it, because at least you could fight a set of mediums near the end. Whereas fighting on a set of hards near the end, when everyone else is on softs or whatever, is there's no contest really. Like once they catch you, that's basically
it's over. Yeah.
You better hope that either they have, assuming penalties will be a factor here, time penalties.
Oh yeah.
So I never found it too bad here, penalties, to be honest, but a lot of people do.
Yeah, I got 6 seconds. Stupid 6 seconds. Got straight up 3 seconds there Wednesday night, and it was absolutely no way. Like
this corner
straight up
now is a big culprit. This exchange of 11, 12, and 13 there is a big area where people would get penalties. Well, actually, it's pretty much a few extensions of, in other places, but that's the big one there, is that section where most
coming
people
under the hotel ground. That's the worst as well.
And that Caesar's view.
That mysterious wall there as well.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it'd be fun to keep an eye on
the Matt Tibbs wall.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't the only one that went into it.
Yeah, I suppose.
So you're talking about extending. Oh, you can actually extend it to the last two corners, to be fair, and cut it.
Yeah.
Because you want to take as much of this apex as possible, and then use as much of the track on the outside as possible, and then.
Stop.
Did Caesar come to a complete stop there for a second?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, did I see that right? Well, yeah, apparently. He lines up, joining a few of the disciplinarians on the grid.
A few villains
who have been disqualified from the formation lap.
Actually, don't need to wear tires.
It's a short run down to turn 1, so unless he just started particularly bad, he should have a good.
Can I get a good camera angle, please?
Good chance. No, Joe, you can't get a good camera angle. That's not what F1 2019 is about, son.
Watch the back.
Yes, please do. I'm sure it's going to be a lot of fun. But here we go then. 28 laps around Abu Dhabi. And we are away. Looks like a good start for Caesar. Fuck, he's not got a best start at all. Stevie G on his inside. He's already made out that place. As Williams going through. That's Albon. Looks like he was going to be good. Oh, bit of contact between Focky and Stevie G. And Focky takes that place back. But Caesar still leading the way for the time being as they make their way around. Turn 3. Stevie G looking like he's going to try and get the action.
Ice-Beam is out.
And Silas looks like he's got a collision in. And the virtual safety car has been deployed already. So a very quick halt to the action, but not a full course safety car. So Silas may have been involved in that incident, but yeah, the first VSC of the night. I'm sure we can expect many, and already there is a collision penalty, so that's always fun. But it was a good start there from Caesar. Focky was lucky he's in P3. You better make up some time because he's 1.8 seconds behind. He's lucky to get that place back from Stevie G. There was a little bit of contact, but we are racing once again. And Focky's already lost a good bit of ground, but Jesse's got a really good run. And Caesar's got to go defensive already. Jesse using the ERS. Caesar taking as tight to that left-hand side as possible. Jesse, will he go for it? I don't think he's going to. He's been kind of deterred out of it, but he's going to find it for the time being. But an early promise there for Jesse to maybe get a move done on Caesar. As further back, you see DJ Williamson and Unsafe Release exchange in places there. Not a lot of side-by-side action, so we'll stick at the front. And Focky will be hoping he can catch back up quickly, because losing DRS around here, Joe, is not fantastic.
No, it's not very nice now, I must say. And Chubbs is out. Shit.
Chubbs, and there's Callum Payne around as well, side by side with DeMiles. But looks like Stevie G putting pressure on Focky. He just needs to hang on to this gap until lap 3, and then see what he can do with the DRS. But nothing too major going on. Wait for lap 3, I reckon, before any overtaking opportunities seem to emerge. The timing screens are all over the place, so they are.
Rather grand for me.
It's because it says Focky's 5/10 behind Jetty, but that's clearly not the case.
It's 1.3 behind.
So hopefully that fixes itself up. But Chubbs on the outside there. inside it, becoming outside rather sorry, Silas rather on Chubbs, and he gets through. But I saw a bit of weaving going on for a second there. But Caesar's desperately trying to break the toe, and well, at this rate, he's still going to be within that DRS range. See, Stevie G's actually under pressure more from Ali than looking to put pressure on.
This there as well.
Side by side once again, Jetty and Caesar again, same line as last time, but is Jetty going to commit to it more this time? Get me a good camera angle, please. There we go. Can he make it? Muscles his way through. That's a great move, isn't it? He's got that done with Caesar alongside. He's going to go down the inside. He's left the space, but the curb unsettles that car, and now he's under danger from Focky. Then so Jetty then moves into the lead of this race. Will Focky have a lunge? Be a dangerous place to make a move. We saw it can be done though. But Nickel making a move on Wesker there in Division 2. Joe, you're going to have to help me with timing because it says Focky's 2 seconds behind Caesar, so...
He's 2 tenths, 3 tenths.
Timing screens are absolutely all over the place, so if anyone's close, you're going to have to help me.
Yeah, I will, yeah. Well, they're all close at the moment, Graham, so you know yourself.
Fast lap of the race for Focky. Let's see anything looking like it's going to happen down to turn 1. Again, it's not really a common overtaking spot. Oh, there we go. I think we've got that's a bit better. That's a bit more like it's not a minute before between some of these cars. So I think the time squeeze is fixed. Oh, Focky taking a trip across the curbs there, unsettling the car. And lucky he didn't lose control of it, because it can happen. You get up on those curves on the outside of turn 3, you can throw that baby loose and into a wall. But DRS is now enabled. Let's see will that do anything. I think Jetty might be okay. A bit of a bottleneck effect though. Everyone has DRS like, so with the exception, oh no, even the Renault has it of CVG. So yeah, everyone making use of it. So not a lot going on. Maybe Mays could get to the back here. DJ Williamson getting close, but again, almost it does make contact, but thankfully doesn't send him away. As to Miles then making the move on Silas, and that is for a position. But we're going to look at Stevie G, who's not got DRS on Ali, and Ali just not quite far enough forward to make a move this time round. But Stevie G then did did break out of that 1 second range, and CDG Williamson, unsafely he's gone wide, and he's up into 10th place is the Williams. But Stevie G was over second behind as he was getting onto that first DRS straight. He had DRS, we had the 1 second window at the activation, but has fallen behind and has not got back there yet. And if he doesn't, he'd be under threat, Joe, from Ali next lap.
Stevie G, yeah, he will, yeah, he's out of DRS. Like he needs to close it up a bit. Maze all over the curbs after unsettling Easter. Maze is right behind them. Them softs are dying, Graham. Just telling you. They're dying.
Lap 4. You take a guess when you might see some stops.
Oh, and the Miles is out.
We're all going to see them all going to be out now, because at the last corner there he's lost and safety car is out, and it is the perfect time pretty much for everyone to jump into the pits now. Obviously a bit of a trek to get there, but that will have saved CVG somewhat, because Ali would have been coming on. I guess got a speeding penalty under the safety car, but that will have saved Steve G. I think he would have been in trouble there. But more penalties flying around. You have to stick to the delta under the until you pick up a safety car. So can't be speeding.
Can't be speeding, boy.
So I'd be surprised if anyone on the softs doesn't pit, right? That's a fair.
Fair, yeah, that is it.
A fair assessment.
They should pit. If they don't pit, they're just absolute.
Well, we saw the two
maniacs.
Well, we saw the two Haas's in Hungary decide not to pit when they probably should have, and they ended up working out okay for them in the end. I suppose, Hungary, yeah. So now we'll see what Focky does. He's not got his usual teammate tonight, but well, in fact his teammate for this race is already out. But yeah, I'd be surprised if I'd still be surprised if someone says that. Let's find out then. Where is some potential double stacking actually going to take? Renault, Red Bull.
Oh, that was a late pit.
Was it a legal pit entry, Joe?
Well, it wasn't. He wasn't in between the lines, like.
It was illegal.
Well, he wasn't like in the box, like at the start. Like, he didn't pull over to the right hand side. He crossed the white line.
If you think that's penalty worthy, Joe, then you may have to let
Well, I'm
Mr.
not.
No Snow.
I'm
Doesn't
not.
matter. You're a
Like,
commentator. You get to look out
how
for
does
these things.
cyclists get 2 drive-through penalties?
So most people going on to the mediums. Alba's gone on to hards. Stevie G's gone for another set of softs. Jesse's
Is
gone out on
bold.
hards, so he's going to the end. Unsafe release on hards. So guys on mediums obviously stayed out. Keisha done for set mediums. So different strategies all across the board. Jesse hards, CBG softs, Focky Ali heated mediums. And Caesar obviously mediums as well. So interesting. 3 different tyres on between 3 potential race winners, Joe.
Yeah, well, Jetty's tyres will be cold at this. The restart is crucial for Jetty to try and get away, but
the worst thing for him is he's got a guy on sauce behind him.
and fuck, he's after it, baiting into the wall there. He has wing damage on the left hand side. He was weaving to get his tyres warm, and he absolutely went straight into the wall.
Oh, he just lost it?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's why he has left side damage.
He's going to come in for another stop then. If you want, well, he's going to have to replace that and takes him out of the equation then, so that's unfortunate, but still plenty of other contenders. Yeah, Jetty's going to be in a difficult position, especially with Stevie G being on softs immediately behind him. That's going to be... Stevie G has to get by that Toro Rosso as soon as possible. Like, it has to be done in that first lap. If it's not, then Caesar can run away with this. Now, bear in mind, how much would you put stock into the fact getting those mediums to the end, and there are 4 runners in front of him who are on mediums rather, and would also have to make a stop. How much stock do you put in 4 lap difference?
I don't know.
Do you think Caesar is raising the likes of, say maybe, like TJ Williamson, Mays, Ivan Mike, Captain Chubbs, later on in the race?
Maybe, yeah.
In terms of strategy, I know obviously the pace difference can be is a thing as well. Fuck, he does come in. I assume this will be a set for a set of hards.
No, another set of mediums, I think.
No set of mediums, is it? So, looks like it. But he will be at the back as a Callum Payne flies through.
That's no harm.
Focky.
You know?
Focky's one strength is that he's good at avoiding penalties, and that could be important. So, if other people pick up penalties, he could perhaps pick up some pieces that way. But he's got his work cut out for him to make his way through the field. I'm interested to see where he ends up in the end.
I'd say he'll have to pay again though, Graham, because what? 22 laps. Just hold on to softs near the end if there's a late safety car.
Always possible.
Oh, always. With this track.
That's the danger with Jetty going on hard, is that some point during the race, because he's going to the end, and because of the nature of this track, it's likely a 2-stop. That's what you're wanting, another safety car, so you can come in and make a stop. If you're going to the end, that's going to be difficult because other people in front of you will have the advantage of better tyres, and not only have you been slower, but everyone else gets the same benefit making a stop. But you're going to have to make a stop as well, because if you don't, you have the tyre disadvantage then, and you're going to be absolutely swamped against mediums and softs. So it's a risky one for Jetty, but the safety car, that's early, isn't it? Like, how early in the track? Like, we've got the entire Sector 3 to go through.
Yeah, the second safety car in our race was very, very late.
Like, no, when I say early, it's like, look how much track is left. Like, the entirety of Sector 3 is basically still to play out. Like, at Suzuka, it's like 1:30R, and then you get the notice that the safety car is coming in.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah.
Wild.
Quad Masters.
It is coming
Game
in,
deer.
so
Game deer.
Williamson will be controlling the restart. He is controlling the pace. Again, in case you don't know, it's the start-finish line is the new safety car line. It was a new addition for F1 2019. I think people have got grips of that now, but that wasn't always the case. But let's see then what the start's like. We'll actually be keeping an eye on Jetty as well as CVG, but there we go. That always a brilliant restart there. Mays has been caught absolutely napping. Alex picked up a penalty already then, so brilliant restart from DJ Williamson. Look at this, and you can see Chubbs looking to put
Oh,
pressure on
CVG all over him already.
Look at that, round the outside of turn 1, bit of contact, and it just uses superior grip to swoop around the outside. Chubbs is struggling there, and Caesar's got by. See if CVG can do the same. He needs to dispatch these guys as quickly as possible. He should an awesome dude there as well. And this needs to be done pretty quickly by Stevie G. He's got through Jetty, that's what he needs to do. But needs to keep tabs with Caesar. Oh, it's the back of Captain Chubbs. I think his wing looks okay. So Focky making his way through the field then as well. So no DRS then for these first few laps. 2 Ferraris will be side by side. We'll stick with this though. Stick with Stevie G on board. See if he makes a move on Chubbs. Just pick up the slipstream as well. When you go around the outside. Oh, terrible camera angle. But Caesar is through on his teammate. And Chubbs is there as well. Oh, he's kind of disrupted himself in many ways.
CVG is all over him.
Yeah.
3 wide, maybe. Oh, it is. Hello.
Should get by the Ferrari. Oh, a bit of contact. Pushing the Ferrari out of the way a little bit, but nothing wild now. Can Stevie G get around the outside? He can. Oh, beautiful stuff. Great move there. Jetty then gets by the Ferrari as well. Albon and Ali then. Ali struggling. Scott unsafe release on this inside. Can he make that
Awesome
move?
dude and heated and Sygate.
Oh, look at this. This is gonna be disastrous. Let's see. Will they all make it? No, bit of contact between Mike and Austin dude. Oh, and the Renault's been pinched. I think he's got wing. Oh, I'm not sure if he got wing damage. That was Sygate who's got pinched. No, his wing looks fine, but he definitely got pinched there. Lucky to escape with just the wing damage. And Caesar looking to get by Maze. He will look like he's going to get done into turn 1. So this restart's worked out quite well for Caesar. He's got a few overtakes done, and he's now into 2nd place. And if he can keep this one, he has indeed kept it. These in the pits, including Heated and Callum Payne. And Jetty is trying to fend off Captain Chubbs. He's actually got through, hasn't he? On Chubbs, and that is Jetty into 5th place then. Saige looking to put a move on Ivan Mike, who's fallen down the order here after the restart. Bit of contact, more contact, but he is through. And Albon looking to try and get through quickly as well, so he's through, and Ali's through as well, so Ferrari is
He's going to be through as well.
Yeah, side by side, and it looks like he's too far back from Ali on this occasion, but of course the DRS has not been enabled just yet. Ooh, almost pinched there. Ivan Mike there. Can he slow down in time? He can. Now CVG's getting close to Maze. No DRS yet, of course, but will he go for it? Maze leaves a door open. CVG's going to go down through it later on the brakes. What camera angle that was. And misses the corner a little bit, but does still make the move. And Maze into 3rd place and needs to get onto the back of Caesar pretty quickly, who himself has got up to the back of DJ Williamson pretty quickly himself. So Caesar then showing good pace. It's an excellent restart from him.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, he's on it. He's on it like a harp on it. But it's catching him though in this sector now is just not nice. Like sector 3 is just disgusting.
Fucking Ali. Oh, and Ali lost a bit there. I was actually on board with Caesar because he's going to make a move for the lead here in a second. Sets his fast lap of the race in the process. DRS is now enabled once again. I'm sure Ali won't be too happy. And Saige comes into the pits then. 3 laps on those softs. Speeds into the pit lane for good measure as well. Probably has damage, to be fair, I suspect.
Focky in again.
Since a number of those laps. Focky's in again. Oh, it must have been a wing change again. Another set of mediums, but an older set. Must have been that contact, I think, with Ali, if I had to guess, that saw Ali move down a few spots. But here we go then. We're going to see a change for the lead. I don't think CVG's got DRS. No, he hasn't. So Caesar's free to enjoy this extra straight line speed. And he'll make this move pretty simple in the end. Down the inside into turn number 8 there. Just went in the corner for a sec, but then he is through. And Ali then making his way through as well. He's at the 9th place. Ali trying to climb back through that field.
DJ Wilson's come back.
Good spot, Joe. I was looking somewhere else down around the outside. We can make the switch back. And Jetty then looks like he's trying to fend off Maze, or he's just gone through on Maze. That's him into 4th place. Then I might try to fight back on Ali again. It'll be tough around the outside. Ali has got wing damage on that right hand side, and that's why it's difficult for him to fight back in that
and the unsafe release is round.
Did he hit Invictus? Invictus got wing damage.
No, I think Ali he tapped the back of Ali, I think now. Maybe I'm wrong.
I'm not sure myself, but CVG's got quickly to the back of DJ Williamson, as you might expect on the set of sauce, but won't be too long before those are begin to expire, and he's behind Caesar still, so Caesar looking pretty good at this part of the race at least. But again, expecting Jessie will go to the end, so there is that to bear in mind as well, that I have to see that Toro Rosso a bit later on in this race.
So I think CVG will breeze past DJ Williamson here.
I reckon so. Opens the DRS, and yeah, doesn't need to expound too much. And Silas is out of this race. Sector 3, he's retired in the pits, so we shouldn't see a safety car, but yeah, CVG is through. And there's 1.8 seconds behind. That's an awesome dude here on the back of Mays. He won't have the benefit of having the, well, he has the DRS of course, but Mays does too. And that will keep Mays in front just for the time being. Spreading out a fair bit, Joe, to be fair. We've seen quite a bit of spread.
Yeah.
But still plenty of racing to be had, as they'll all converge later once the strategies kind of play their part. But for now, we'll stick on the back of, we'll stick with Awesome Dude as he hounds down Mays for P5. The other McLaren behind has just got himself a 3-second penalty. There is Chubbs, reserving for the night. And that gap is growing between Stevie G and Caesar, so I wonder if Stevie G...
dead.
Yeah, I wonder if he'll come in. I thought he might get a bit more out of those, to be fair, considering that obviously, you know, maybe 2 or 3 of those 6 laps were spent under, you know, safety car conditions, but surprising they're falling off as much as that already. Awesome dude
And
then.
he's all over Mike as well. He's damaged, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. It's the right hand side of that end plate is damaged. Again, not sure if that was a contact with Focky, but certainly is damaged now. Is Awesome Dude too far away to make a move this time round? By the end of the straight, he can get himself closer, put himself in a good position for the next one. Jesse will try to do the same on DJ Williamson as well. Stick with this one first, actually, since those two will cross there. First, there's a bit of Ali's gone through, and then Invictus almost hit. He did hit Sidegame, almost took him out. Not intentionally, I don't think, as down the inside goes Jesse on DJ Williamson. That should be a simple move. He does make it stick. Awesome Dude's too far back to make his move on May, so pent up behind this McLaren is Awesome Dude. That's impeding some of his progress. His pace looks okay. He's got better tyres than the 2 cars in front of him, so he's looking at a net P4 at the moment. But needs to get by this McLaren sooner rather than later.
To be fair, Jetty is up and very good though, to be fair.
His pace is good, isn't it? Like, he's only less than 5 seconds behind and he's on hards. And so again, we're imagining he's going to go to the end of this race.
Surely.
So,
and Mays is out.
Oh, he's lost it coming out of the... I think he's lost it coming out of the second to last corner. I don't think there is contact. I don't think Austin would have been that far up to him, but there is a yellow flag. And no sign of a safety car yet, though. The VSC is out then. Now,
oh, and that is an unbelievable pit entry by Saige. Oh my god.
I didn't see it. I only couldn't.
That is... Now, sorry, Graham. I'm saving that.
Go for it. A couple people using this opportunity to come into the pits. Invictus, Saige, as you mentioned, is one of them. I've been Mike is out as well, and Callum Payne too. So it was a late call, I'm sure, though. He's probably one of the first cars that could actually take advantage of a VSC, and there we go. Unfortunately for Mays, he was running it quite well, but unfortunately lost it, or an accident potentially coming out the second to last turn of turn 20. But we are green flag racing once again, and the gaps have ballooned, Joe.
Well, what would you expect?
Stevie G's gained a lot of time though. He's gained over a second in all of this, because he's now under a second behind Caesar, so perhaps Caesar caught napping maybe, but it's the only gap to us under a second at the moment. Everyone else they've spread even more after that VSC. So,
Spread like a good pound of dairy gold. Oh, and DJ Williamson's in the wall.
oh, there it is. Wow. It's in the hotel section. Oh, Captain Justice, be careful. And it looks like I think Williams does indeed. No, it doesn't have damage, it looks like. Oh, let me see on the right hand side. Oh, sorry, I can only see the left. Then now I see the right. It's unfortunate. DJ Williamson was running a strong position. But Stevie G carries on. That VC would have helped him a little bit. To be fair. Yeah, not a lot going on. I guess we're just waiting for some people to pit. I guess we're really just waiting for Stevie G to
Second
pit.
round.
And then these guys on the mediums to pit. And then kind of see where everything kind of falls after that. Got a couple of guys on the hards, like Albin, Unsafe Release, and obviously Jetty. So we just kind of, yeah, take a nap, come back in 15.
No, well, I'm nearly asleep here at this, sorry.
Oh. Hard tires, obviously, for DJ Williamson. He'll come back out then in P12, a comfortable P12.
We have one battle here, Graham. Callum Payne close up to Sygate.
Battle for P13. So,
yeah, it's very spread out, I must say.
It is, and not in a good way because we're not even a half distance, and there is not a lot of action. But again, this track again, we'll see if how things close up a little bit. But yeah, we shall see.
Yeah, sure. Waking up there when this stuff's happening, though, yeah.
Yeah. Must see CVG in soon enough though, but Callum Payne can't get close enough, even with the DRS on Sygate there. Can't get close enough. CVG's gone on for another lap. Chubbs is in though. McLaren driver is in.
For a set of softs.
And is sped in the process. As well. Go back on board for the battle for P13. We'll see where Chubbs actually merges. Let's see where he'll merge. Fuck, he's close. There he is underneath. Is the McLaren will get ahead of him, and he should get out ahead of either Mike. Yes, and actually he's just behind Focky. Yeah, very close. We gotta go for the immediate move. Hello, is a battle straight away. Then that's good to see. Focky, of course, having made a few stops already, back in the top 9, top 10 even. And he's not even going to fight that, is he? He's just going to let Chubbs go. Of course, activation point is before that corner, so it's not to get DRS. If that was his intention, then he's going to find out pretty soon that that's not how it works. But potentially, he could use the slipstream and DRS possibly to save a bit of ERS. He could definitely do with it because he's not got a lot, and there's a lot of this race left to go. Problem is, though, I don't think he's been able to keep within the DRS range after this sector.
No, he's not. He's dropping out massively, and he's running very low on DRS as well.
Yeah.
Big lock up by Chubbs.
Again, Sygate gets a good run off of that. Off of that turn 9.
Yellow on sector 3.
So
oh, fucky.
Oh, he's around. Is he? No, he's just on the gravel, on the grass rather. Letting the cars go through. I wonder if that will be. This might be it for Focky.
Alright.
Excessive track limits. Yeah. So CVG is going to come out in 5th. Ali then just coming up the hill, but he's going to be just behind then. So that's worked out well for CVG. Also gets an undercut of now of sorts on Caesar as well. So he has to run to the back of Albin though. So I wonder if his progress could be slowed down by that. We'll see if you can get by. Get by the Williams there and see, and then yeah, that is the end for Focky's the championship leader. Joe, he's out of this race.
It's unfortunate.
So opportunity today for someone,
for everyone,
to get a little bit closer. Speaking of Stevie G getting closer to the back of Albert, but he's caught him at, this is what I was talking about earlier, he caught him at a pretty bad part of the track because now go through this twisty Sector 3, and he's into the back of him. Has he lost any wing?
No.
I think he's okay. This worked out well enough then. That could have been pretty bad. He actually hit into him pretty quickly. And again, he's looking at the time he's losing. It's part of the track. It hurts to even see it. And then this is what you have to do: try and get alongside into a corner and make that move. He may have got a warning in the process, but he is through though. So at least he didn't spend too long there, but definitely would have been held up big time there.
Oh, and Captain Chubbs has hit the wall in Sector 3. It's unbelievable.
So
Ali's in.
Ali is the first one to benefit from that, and he is in. That's going to work out pretty nicely.
Captain Chubbs, what a driver!
He is in. Wow, was that necessary?
Sorry.
I didn't even see where he lost it. I think it's just coming out of turn 19 then, isn't it?
So what's Caesar gonna do? Oh, he's gonna Jetty should then as well.
Yeah, Jesse probably should pit then. I reckon it's a great opportunity to pivot. Mediums then for everyone will obviously go to the end. So, so he's going on to a new set of mediums then.
Yeah, but Steve G is okay then. He'll take over the lead.
He may not. We'll see. Caesar's quite a bit ahead. I don't think he will. Especially if Caesar gets to he gets to make this stop under safety car conditions. It's not going to be so like it's.
Yeah, but his teammate's just in like.
Oh, that could be the issue. All right. Let's see then. I do expect Jesse to pivot, and he should pivot. And he's got the pace we know as well. So let's see if the Ferrari crew are ready then. This could be a big moment, Joe. You're right. So Jesse does come into the pit lane, does pivot. Let's see then. Oh, they're not ready for him, are they? No, they're not ready. He hasn't lost too much time though. He should be okay. Yeah, that worked out pretty well, all things considered. It's awesome, dude. Then soft.
Jay for a set softs. Oh my god.
Aggressive. Awesome, dude. Set mediums on that car. Obviously, Caesar went with mediums. CVG obviously carries on. Now, where will he emerge? Jesse then coming out of the twisting tunnel. It's going to be close. I think Stevie G may get him. No, he's just behind him. Stage car line is there. Albin, send mediums for him. Unsafe release obviously pitted the lap before. So, and Ali did as well. So that's where we're looking. So it's going to be pretty much a straight fight then, Joe, between everyone on mediums. And then Jesse then taking the sole risk of going on to the softs.
It's going to be a dogfight, Graham. Can't wait.
This is really interesting because I think in a dead heat, in a one-on-one battle, I think Jesse is a little quicker than Caesar around this track today. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
But he's decided to go on softs, which gives him an advantage off the start. But as the stint ends, goes back towards Caesar. Is he risking this race win by going
Jetty?
onto those softs? Yeah.
No, I think he's gonna think. I think maybe he thinks there's gonna be another safety car or some.
Maybe there's rain.
Yeah.
I do wonder as well if Steve G might have jumped Caesar as well with the undercut. Caesar would have had fresher tyres, obviously. To what extent we don't know, because obviously the safety car came out first. But I think there's a good chance he could have undercut him. As it happens, though, he's going to have to try and make a move on track. He's going to have to hope that Jesse and Caesar come together. That's his ticket in.
Yeah.
Not as many penalties flying around as I thought there would be. Like I saw Focky get one earlier, but of course Focky's now out of this race. Also, dude, I believe sped into the pit lane. So he's got a penalty.
Yeah.
He's got a penalty there. So quick check of the stops. Everyone has done 2 stops. Cygate, then the only one, and Mike had done 3, and he should as well. As the position changes, so you can see Ospitude up from 9th. A couple of guys moving inside the top 10. Big leap from Campaign into 9th there from 18th. And that's how we're looking. I imagine the safety car will be in at the end of this lap. I imagine so.
Sorry, I was rudely interrupted.
Yeah, I was going to make a joke about it, but I thought, maybe not.
Rudely interrupted.
Very rudely. I've been Mike still trying to catch up to the back here. Oh, he'll get there fine. Again, here's the thing, the longer the safety car stays out, the more this works towards Jesse's hands. Because the less laps under racing conditions on those softs for him, the better.
Yeah, I don't know, Graham. The tires.
If it comes in at the end of this lap, he's going to get 10 laps out of those softs.
He won't get them. The tires will be overheated, 100%. That's the main factor around here.
He's taking the risk, so let's see what it will end up happening. Let's see. Oh, it is in this lap, so okay, we don't even get to sector 3. Like, that's wild.
Why would you want to see sector 3? Like, why would you want to look at even this track? This track should be bombed.
Wow, harsh.
Disgusting.
Look at it this way. I have to drive it next week in an F2 car. Like, you know.
Yeah, you're gonna find some way to like enjoy it, but I don't enjoy it.
Because I'm a purist, Joe.
You're just.
This track is fine. There's nothing wrong with this track.
No.
The curves are the worst thing about this track.
You're weird. You're a weird chap.
Thanks.
No bother.
This restart is obviously very key because Jesse obviously needs to get this done quickly. Any poor start from Caesar is going to be capitalised upon pretty quickly. Let's find out then. Last 10 laps. And away we go. Caesar's got him underway. Not a bad restart, but he hasn't really left anyone for dead. And at the moment, of course, no DRS then until lap 21. After safety car. So have to try and keep within the 1 second range. CVG's got to do the same thing in front of him. That might be more difficult for him than it is obviously for Jetty doing so on Caesar. Let's see then. Obviously ERS won't be an issue. Everyone should have saved. So let's see what the straight line speed is like then. First time of asking this time for Jetty. What have we got in terms of straight line speed? Campaign DJ Williamson switching positions as DJ Williamson's in 9th place. Jetty not quite closing up as quickly as he needs to down this straight. The best opportunity is going to come with DRS, but he's actually got a good run. Caesar's run was actually pretty poor out of there, and Caesar's gone defensive already, so this is a mirror of what happened earlier in the race. Alongside, he's going to have a good opportunity this time around, is Jetty's got to sweep in, make that his, and he has done. And he has got the lead. Now he has to stretch away as quickly as possible. And then see what happens from there. He should alley then, that's for P7 and P8. So did exactly what he had to do there, Joe.
He did, yeah. It was a good move right around the outside. Now he just has to push.
Not for the first time today, he's got that done around there.
No.
Good, actually, that's been one thing I've been pretty impressed by, is the quality of overtaking in that part of the track, to be fair. So good job, Division 3.
Well done. Give yourselves a slap in the back, buttons.
Yeah. When you finish the race, that is.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. You don't want to do it with mid-race and take out the whole field. Hospital's close up to CVG, Graham.
Yeah, I was just going to say CVG's already over a second behind Caesar, so... Again, Hospital's pace has been good, but the problem is he's got at least a few penalties, so it's going to be tough.
Oh, and Invictus is...
I reckon he's gone across one of the curbs if he hasn't hit a car. And he's out of this race. I don't think we'll see a safety car so quickly after this one had just gone in. But we carry on. And seems a bit later on the brakes are heading into that turn. can just see the traction that Jesse can get on those soft tyres. And this is the big sector 3 because DRS is being enabled next lap. If he can pull out of that second range, that's big for Jetty's strategy. If Caesar can stay within the second and keep within DRS, this race is basically his. Because Jetty needs a gap. If he's not pitting again, he needs a gap. So when those tyres do fall off, there's something there, some sort of a cushion.
Well, he's saving the errors.
It's got a second already. That's what I needed. And CVG not able to make any inroads on that gap either. But DJ Williamson is right there and pulling away from Albon as well. But of course, it's got penalties that are to be considered. And Ali getting close to the back of Heater then as well. So Ali looking to try and get back into P7. But for the moment, Jetty leading the way. 1.2 seconds. He's done everything he's had to do at this restart. Just has to continue to push and hope that maybe the cars behind could begin to put some pressure on Caesar, but that's not looking like it's going to happen for the time being, Joe.
No, it's not. No, CVG is too far behind. 1.6, and he's going to feel the wrath of Austin Dude now in a minute.
Yeah, DRS is open. He's using a lot of his ERS already, though. Stevie G has got a good bit to defend himself with. Will he need to do so into this corner? No, because Osprey is not close enough to make the move. His exit out of turn 10 there, or through turn 9 rather. Not as crisp as it needs to be, and he's still behind that Renault. 1.3 seconds, pretty similar. Heated unsafe lease. Oh, unsafe lease has made a mistake somewhere because Heated's come tearing through. Just when he is under pressure from Ali, so mistake there, perhaps an unsafe release. He's down to P7 with Ali all over the back of him, looking to make up for positions that he lost earlier on, and a wing change of course as well.
Yeah, Caesar's just getting a big tank slapper there coming into that heavy braking zone near the hotel. Lost her here.
This lap need 2 seconds as the gap is good for Jetty. Needs to keep stretching those legs as Ali puts up a 3-second penalty then. Just behind unsafe release, so pushing then for everything he can to try and move further up the field, get a few more points. Awesome Dude again is in that same kind of range. Needs to be a little bit closer coming off of that turn and winding onto the main straight there, the main DRS straight. See if he can do it. Oh, he's been a bit closer this time. This is a good opportunity for him, to be fair. A little bit closer this time, 4/10 this time round, and with Slipstream this time, and DRS, and the ERS. CVG is going to be a little bit helpless, and he could make an immediate reply. Of course, a different activation zone for this upcoming DRS zone. See if CVG can get a good run. DRS is open. He has got more ERS than an Awesome Dude. How much does that play a factor? Nipping over to the right hand side. Terrible camera angle. Oh, and positioning the car. Awesome Dude got that right, and he still holds on to P3. That's Awesome Dude looking at a podium then, Joe.
Looking like it, but penalties are the real issue here.
That is correct.
I believe CVG has not got a penalty.
Awesome Dude has at least 8 seconds, I believe, if he didn't serve a stop go. So yeah, it's a shame because his pace has been good and he's in a good spot, but he's going to get another one if he's not careful, because he's enjoying the limits of turn 19 there. 2.2 seconds, the gap at the front, and same gap then back to third.
So yeah, I don't know, Graham. I don't know if Jetty's. Oh, and Austin Dude with a big tank slapper.
Puts Stevie G in the position then to reel him in. Stays fully committed onto the throttle. You have a look then? No. Probably smart option, but he's going to be right in position once again with the DRS to have take that place back on track. Again, sticking it in second gear. See, for me, it's getting close to the back of Heated as well. So that could be a position change.
Austin Dude lagging all over the place on my screen. Back, alright. Sorry.
Looks okay for me. Here comes Ali then. An unsafe release. They both have DRS to Heated in front. Ali thought about it, but has to content himself getting back inside. And maybe this time then Unsafe Leagues can turn defence into attack. But the car in front of him has got DRS as well, which is of course on the Williams of Alban Anderson, as Psyche then under pro. Psyche's got through on Ali then, so Ali maybe made a mistake then heading out of turns 8 and 9. And Psyche is through because it looked like Ali was about to make a move then. And DJ Williamson as well. Oh, just sticking it in there but can't quite complete the move. So all sorts of commotion, Joe, for P7 at the moment. P6 even, and P5 even goes to Alban Anderson as well.
I like the way you just said stick it in there.
I did say that.
Yeah, and the gap is down to 1.9 Graham.
Closing in, he's got 5 laps including this one. He needs to keep that gap for another few laps, and then the cushion will be there for Caesar to kind of eat into. But certainly is closing, as is this group. Not a lot to separate 5th from 10th there. You can see there between Alban and DJ Williamson.
Yeah, it's a good clunk of cars there, Graham. All mashed up. One part of the track work. See a crash coming soon. I can feel it in the air tonight.
It is night time actually in the racing, so
yes, beautiful.
I think the only move we're going to see here at the moment potentially Cygate and Ali. Again, the problem is they all have DRS, and that is obviously disrupting their progress. And it's tough to make a move when the car in front of you has got DRS as well. And Ali then, for the time being, has to try and defend. His exit out of that turned been pretty poor all night, and DJ Williamson with a chance to potentially make a move, but Cygate and Unsafe Release, then they're going side by side, and Cygate is through on that. So Cygate then moving up into 7th place then.
And Alban.
So Heisha then finally moves by into 5th. Alban dropped. Yeah, I missed that one. But yeah, Ali still seems to be struggling because at one moment he looks like he's going to attack. Next moment, you know, he's either been passed or someone else is coming through. So hard to really make a judgment.
Do you have still wing damage?
No, I believe it's fixed. At least aesthetically, it looks all like it's there.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So let's see then. Alban's got a bit of comfort to Cygate, Unsafe Release, Ali. DJ Williamson's right there. The gap in front is coming down 1.5 with 4 laps to go, including the one they're on. Not out of the woods by any means just yet.
But if you guess, if any of them, wow, great. If any of them get penalties, like it just opens the door, like.
If any of the front two get a penalty, it's over. Yellow flag sector 2. It's a campaign. It was round at the end of the first sector there, but no safety car looks like for that. Again, trying to see if anything's doing at this group. Nothing. Oh, and Caesar, I think he's got a tap from the back. Yes, from DJ Williamson. Sorry, not Caesar. Ali, sorry. Got those mixed up. Sorry about that.
Someone's after breaking up the Paul Steinery board there.
Yeah,
Graham, you absolutely frightened me.
Alban's had an issue somewhere because, well, Unsafe Release completely missed that, but Cygate's also popped by now as well. So I think Alban may have had an issue there, but Ali certainly got. Sorry, Caesar was the only thing. Caesar on the brain, but it was definitely Ali that got hit from behind from DJ Williamson. I did see a piece of wing flying as well. I think that is from the Williams as well. Yes, that right end plate is missing, so that's a shame. You said, Joe, there's going to be a crash at some stage. I'm not wrong.
I'm never wrong, Grant.
Wow, that's not true. As Jetty, same lead as last lap, 1.5, with only a few laps to go. He's looking good.
Very, very similar ERS.
He basically just needs to not have Caesar be within his DRS by lap 27. Lap 28, he can be in that range because he can be like 8, 9, 10, so he'll be safe. He just can't have it happen by lap 27 because that gives him 1 lap to prepare and get close. Another lap then the last lap to attack. So he's looking good. It's Jetty. This has worked out pretty well, but needs to get through this last sector, and after that we can start to think about potentially this race being in his pocket. We'll stick with him actually because there's not a lot else going on track. Now the separation has been. I know Cygate's close to heated, but we'll actually stick with this because he's got deep. because he could have an opportunity to overtake heading into this next sector, but he's not got a lot of ERS. The gap is coming down at the front. It's 1.3 again. What was his advantage becomes his disadvantage as those tyres go off in that final sector. He should still hold on to P5. I think he's got a penalty or two, but I could be wrong on that. I've seen a few fly in. Let's have a quick check then. So still 1.5. So Jesse's doing very well on these softs as the nighttime continues to close in.
It's beautiful, isn't it, Graham? Stars.
Fantastic.
There's no stars there.
There's no stars, John.
Beautiful, just absolutely stellar. Like,
Still,
wish I lived there.
still the same gap, basically 1.4. So he's done very, very well. This is the make or break lap then. Oh, he's lost it!
Oh,
he's lost it! He's gone out into the barrier.
no!
And the tyres, he had the gap, but the tyres gave up on him. Doesn't look like he's got a puncture, but there you go then. I was on board for that and all. Oh, they gave up on him through turn 3, and that has gifted Caesar the win. And Jesse then, what is he going to do then? He's going to have to. The cars are too close. He won't be able to get away with this level of damage over a lap. But he can't. Yeah. What would you do in this situation? Would you pit, or would you just hang it out for one more lap?
No, I'd just hang it out. I don't. I'd be absolutely that peed off. I'd just stay out.
Well, this Pro's also doing into second place for the time being, and CVG will get into third. Obviously, we're coming up to the most aerodynamically challenging part of the circuit, which is tough to negotiate.
Oh, Caesar is absolutely all over the place.
Doesn't need to be. He
no.
just
yeah,
he was.
After losing 8 tenths there.
Doesn't need to push it as Jesse's overtaken by CVG, because Caesar has everything he needs to. So Albon picks up the penalty then as well. Actually, Albon's very close to the back of Saige here. I'm going to stick with this. They'll catch up to the back of Jesse eventually. Actually, this battle we're all watching, heated Saige and Albon Anderson, and unsafe release just behind this as well. And there's a 3-second penalty for Jesse, but that doesn't matter anymore. But they're all catching up to the back of this then. Will Jesse pit? No, he's going to limp it out for one more lap. As this even quintet of cars.
Oh, down the inside, Albon Anderson.
Didn't quite make it stick, but we are to the last lap now. But that was an ambitious one for sure. He might get away with this then, if these guys are squabbling behind. Where is Jesse? He's trying to make his way through turn 3. He's on board with Heated. You see the difference in speed, obviously. So let's be careful. These guys have to negotiate this. Jesse trying to hold on. This will help Saigate, and unsafe release then. Oh, but the contact is there. Yes, it's going to be more contact then. Ali gets involved as well. Heated get by Jesse then. It's going to be an absolute mess, Joe, heading down towards this braking zone.
Yeah, it's going to be absolute. Oh, and Albon Anderson's in the wall.
Oh, I didn't see what happened. See then, Jesse then behind Heated, not going to get a run. See unsafe release then. And Saigate just behind. Ali too. Again, the grip just completely absent. They should get through in the sector 3, so I think Jesse might settle down in P9 there, P8 rather. If things go well. Let's just have a quick check on the car off the front, because Caesar is coming into the last sector. Oh, and Jesse's taken off the escape road. He's just let them go, hasn't he? He might still finish ahead of Albon, who's squabbling with his teammate there for a P9. Here comes Caesar then. Well, it looked like he'd been beaten. It looked like it wasn't going to work out, but the tyres eventually paid dividend, and he wins in Abu Dhabi. Congratulations to him. Austin will cross the line in second, but he's going to fall off further than that by the time this is all said and done. CVG then will finish in second. Well, he should finish in third when he get that. No, he doesn't. He actually missed that by a good bit then. So Austin will settle into a podium then in third. He did fourth. Ali then jumps up to fifth. Saigate is jumped by Jesse into sixth himself. And Saigate is left to finish in seventh. Then an unsafe release will come across in eighth. DJ Williamson, followed by Albon, will finish ninth and 10th. Everybody Mike will finish in 11th. Actually, he jumps Albon Anderson to 10th then. So, solid job from him. And then Callum Payne will round out a very hectic ending. Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, Joe.
Yeah, it shouldn't be even on the calendar, but sure. Anyways, like, we can't do anything about it. Dan Morris there.
Why do you say these things?
It's such a...
Like, it's done. Like, your track is, like, your race is over.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah. Anyways, it was a good win by Caesar, my tip of the day. Anyways, he was...
Yeah, well,
Um,
that worked out well for you in the end, didn't it?
yeah, it was unfortunate though. Like, you don't really want to see drivers like die, like in the
No,
wall,
Joe, you don't.
crash in the wall, like, you know.
Yeah, that's a great way.
Anyways, Caesar would takes the win, followed by CVG, Awesome Dude, Heated, Ali, Jetty. Unfortunate with that was softer. Sygate, unsafe release. GJ Williamson, Ivor Bryn Mike with no penalties. Alvin Anderson, Callum Payne, and the dumps are Invictus, Captain Chubbs, Focky, TTG Mays, I'm Silas, The Miles, and Eiston.
There you go, that's your rundown. Driver of the day, probably, I know he's got 11 seconds of penalties, but Awesome Dude from 9th to 3rd.
Stevie G.
Yeah, arguably. Yeah, no
No
penalties.
penalties.
2nd from 5th, that's a good choice. Yeah, I'm not too upset by that. CVG, you get your driver of the day. But Joe, that's going to do it for round number 5 of Division 3. Next up is Division 1 on Tuesday, which looks like, ladies and gentlemen, what track Division 1 will be racing around on
Division 1 will be racing around Montreal in Canada.
That's right.
8 o'clock. Me and Dan Morris on the commentary. Tune in. 8 o'clock.
You realise, Joe, that Canadians don't sound like Americans.
Yeah, I know that. I don't know what to sound like.
Neither do I, Joe, but that's going to do it. Yep, as Joe said, 8 o'clock, Division 1, Canada. Should be a hoosh. So thanks for watching, and until next time.
Goodbye.